So you're thinking about moving to Mount Juliet in Tennessee? Well, this is where we are. In this video, we're going to show you around Mount Juliet. We're going to take you to 3 different neighborhoods, show you 3 different homes at a different price point, so you might know what might fit or might not fit in your budget. As well, we're going to give you a little bit more info about Mount Juliet itself. And right now we are here at the train station, which is pretty unique. You don't find a lot of train stations in Tennessee in general, but this one here, I'm going to turn my camera a little bit. As you will see, if you watch behind me, this is where you can literally take the train from Mount Juliet to Nashville downtown, and it goes twice, once in the morning and once in the evening. So if you want to kind of like skip traffic, it's definitely an ideal situation for you to take the train. And what's interesting about Mount Juliet, it's only about a 30-minute drive from Nashville, and it is located between Percy Lake and Old Hickory Lake. So if you are a huge fan of the nature life and water life, if you like boating, fishing, kayaking, you definitely might want to consider moving to Mount Juliet. Now that being said, let's get after it right now. This is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Nashville or surrounding areas like Mount Juliet, then hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notification so you can be the first to know about the current market in Nashville. My name is Indro, and my partner Chloe and I, we get daily calls from people like you who are looking to make their move to Nashville, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Nashville. So as I mentioned today, we are in Mount Juliet, and we are at the, let's say, the most center point of attraction, at least in Mount Juliet, which is Providence Marketplace. And Chloe is local to Mount Juliet. She lives here, so she's excited to tell you a lot of cool features and stuff about Mount Juliet.
Yes, thank you for picking me up. I'm excited to have some fun and be your tour guide. So we're in Providence. It's probably the most poppin' place in Mount Juliet. So you have literally everything that you need in or around Providence. So all of the little shops, you have all of the big ones like Target, Kroger, Publix, Walmart, everything. Something that is a big drawing point to Mount Juliet is probably our school systems. So we have really high rated school systems here, probably about a 10-minute drive out from a brand new built high school, Green Hill High School. So it is a really big advantage to living in Mount Juliet, is having access to some of the best school systems in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we're going to do in this video, we're going to take you around 3 different neighborhoods and 3 different homes at a different price point, so you can get an understanding what it would be to actually live here in Mount Juliet. And even if you stick around till the end, we're going to show you a little bit of like really cool feature about Mount Juliet is, as you can see, you still get this like urban feeling right here. And even we're going to take you to some neighborhoods that have some kind of like a little bit of an urban feeling. But like I said, if you stick around till the end, we're also going to show you what Mount Juliet has to offer, that specific country feeling you have here in Tennessee, because that's something that Mount Juliet has to offer as well. So, you know, you might think that this is just a very urban place, but Mount Juliet has such a diversity of places. Mm-hmm. And it is located, of course, it's called the city between the lakes, which you have Percy Lake, which is located a little bit southwest. Mm-hmm. And then you got Old Hickory Lake, which mm-hmm. is located north of Mount Juliet. So that being said, let's get after it right now. All right, so we are almost at our first stop, and we are in a community which is pretty close to Providence, which is a big shopping center. And as you can see, this is a neighborhood with all nice manicured lawns. It's located in an HOA community, and I think all these homes, they're like a similar type, and they were probably built in 2005. Mm-hmm. So we are at our first stop, and I'm gonna just turn around a little bit so you can get a better look at the property. So as you can see right behind us, this property is listed for $500,000. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It has 1,584 square feet, and it's probably at a price point of $317 per square feet. And as I mentioned, this property was built in 2005. But as you can see, it's a really nice property. And as you can see around us as well, it is really quiet. You got nice sidewalks. So this is definitely a great location for families if you want to, during the summer, like as of today, it's pretty warm, pretty hot. You can just, go around, walk around, get the kids on their bike. It's just, I would say, a pretty nice location.
Yeah, for this, you're really paying for the location because this entire area is a big walking district. So you could technically walk over to the entire shopping center if you wanted to. It's about a 3-minute drive. So yeah, it's a really good location in Mount Juliet.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what we see more and more. Like Mount Juliet used to be, I would say, practically just farmland, but it has grown and developed so fast. And it's one of the, let's say, the more popular suburbs around Nashville. And as you can see in these communities as well, they're becoming so popular for younger families because Mount Juliet is growing. We got, Amazon here. They got like 2 big distribution centers. So Mount Juliet is just growing fast, and it gives a lot of opportunities for job growth for young families. And this is what we see a lot with these communities. And if you have a look at the trees, like if you can see the trees that's surrounding this area, you can see they're pretty good developed. So that gives you also an idea about how old the community is. But this, of course, is also a property which is located in an HOA. So that's maybe something you might not like or you might like. It all depends.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Mount Juliet is you can find somewhere with an HOA, but there's also a lot of properties out here that have a ton of land. So you get a really mixed bag.
Okay, so that being said, let's just jump in the car, drive a little bit around in the neighborhood so you can get an idea about what the neighborhood looks like before we go to our second stop. Let's go.
So now we're here at our second location, and this is a brand new subdivision called Oakvale, and it is right off of one of the most established roads in Mount Juliet. It's Stewart's Ferry Pike. So we have 2 large roads. It's Stewart's Ferry and Central Pike, so you're gonna get a lot of well-established neighborhoods right off of Stewart's Ferry. Okay, so as you can see, we're about to pan around and you will get to see the house we're at. So this is a brand new build. It was built in 2022. So it's going for $637,000. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It is a 2,550 square foot home, and it is averaging about $249 per square foot.
Yeah, and as you can see, like Chloe said, if I turn my camera actually a little bit behind me right here, you can see this is one of the main roads she was talking about. And as you can see, the homes there in the back, they're, a little bit more older homes, and they probably have a little bit more land as well. Because this is what we see right now in Mount Juliet, because it's growing so fast. It's like they're building more and more of these newer communities. And of course, they're all associated within a HOA or homeowner association. And I know not everybody is a fan of that, but at least we're trying to give you an idea about what you can get at least with a new build as well. There's still opportunity in Mount Juliet to find something which is not in an HOA. As you can see, there are like a couple of main roads, and even we're now, I think, about a 15-minute drive from Providence, where we started our video. So this is a little bit more south, and it's closer to Percy Priest Lake. And if you go more south, you probably will get a little bit more land, a little bit more green as well. You probably don't get that really like that urban feeling, but a little bit more like country feeling. And this is what really nice is about Mount Juliet. It has even like some rolling hills and a lot of greenery. Even if I'm going to turn the camera, like if you look, if you look behind us, you can see all the green parts, like the trees, and you can see it goes a little bit uphill. But this is just really nice about Mount Juliet. It's a perfect location, especially if you're into the lake life or the water life. You like boating, you like fishing. You're pretty close to Percy Lake. You got Old Hickory Lake.
Yep.
So this is just really a good opportunity for you and your family. If you want to be close to Nashville, definitely Mount Juliet is a great option.
You're also, especially in this area, a pretty straight shot right over to Lebanon, and I know that there's a ton of factories over there that they're huge employers of the area. So if you have a job coming up over there, then yeah, it's probably like a 5-10 minute drive, and you're not looking at a lot of traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're going to go right now, jump again in our car, drive a little bit around this new community, and then also we're going to take a little bit of a drive, like I mentioned, on this main road, so you can kind of like get an idea like what the difference is between like living in an HOA community and actually like living in a more established neighborhood right here. Let's go. So we are at our last stop, and we're now a little bit even more south from the place we started, or let's say the center point of Mount Juliet. It's just about a 10-minute drive from Percy Lake. And as you can see, this is a neighborhood which is also a little bit more established. A lot of these homes were built in 2014. It is not in an HOA community, which is nice. And as you can see, we're kind of like a little bit on a rolling hill. That's what you get when you get a little bit more south of Mount Juliet. You get a little bit more like greenery, a little bit more, like I said, a feeling of like being on the countryside, which is really nice. And this brings us to our last home, if you can see right behind us. It is priced, or it's listed at $799,000. It is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. It is built in 2014. It is 3,100 square feet, and it is priced at an average of $255 per square feet. Now, one cool thing about this house is that it has almost an acre lot, which is nice. You have got a little bit more land at least. Another cool feature that it has, of course, it has a really nice pool, which is, of course, in Tennessee, something useful to have, especially like in this period where it's like really hot and humid. Because I guess today we're at a high 80s, I believe, and low 90s, so it's a pretty warm day. But this is, of course, which is charming about Tennessee, is this beautiful weather. Such a nice and calm neighborhood. There's like literally like almost nobody around. We're like standing in the middle of the street, as you can see, and nobody's coming.
It's very quiet.
So this is another positive and cool thing, at least, about Mount Juliet here. It is still so peaceful, so quiet.
So several spots in Mount Juliet actually have some really beautiful views. This is sort of a good example of it. If you can pan over there, then you'll see it's kind of up on a hill. You can see something in the background. So I know certain parts of Mount Juliet you can actually see downtown Nashville It sits right up on a hill. It's pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of hills. Goes for anywhere in Tennessee, really, though.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But, you know, the cool thing about Mount Juliet is, at least, like I said, you get that kind of like country feeling, but you're still pretty close to Nashville. It's only about a 30-minute drive. Of course, with traffic, you can probably get it like 35 to maybe sometimes 40 minutes, depending on traffic. But again, like, you're so close to Nashville, and you still have that feeling like you're not really in that big, you know, dense city of Nashville, especially in the inner city like Metro Nashville. So Mount Juliet is definitely a great option if you would want to be with your family a little bit more, let's say, on a more peaceful, quiet part of town, or, you know, a little bit of a calmer area. Then definitely Mount Juliet is a great option.
And if you're needing to avoid traffic, there is always a back road. I can think of like 5 back roads that you can take to get straight to Nashville, and it's probably only like a 10-minute extra drive. So if you ever need to avoid a wreck or traffic, then yeah, it's very accessible.
Cool. All right, so this kind of like sums it up, our 3 different homes and 3 different neighborhoods. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea what you can expect if you would consider moving to Mount Juliet. Thanks for watching, and until next time, and hope to see you around town.
Bye.
Alright guys, so as I promised, this is our bonus, and I wanted to share with you like a typical feeling that you can get of Tennessee. Like, I'm just gonna literally like just toss my camera a little bit around so you can literally understand what Tennessee looks like. So as you can see, like, you know, how beautiful it is, full of trees, green, open pastures, flowers. So this is just literally like, we're still in Mount Juliet, so even though we went to see a couple of neighborhoods in HOA communities, but as you can see, this is also still something that Mount Juliet has to offer. It is so quiet, it is so nice, it is so peaceful. I mean, I would literally love living here.
I love living here. I actually do live here. We're about 15 minutes away from any shopping that you could think of as well. So yeah, you get the best of both worlds here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. So now we're gonna as well just get in our car and literally like drive a little bit around, because what you will see is that it's basically, on this road at least, it's literally the image you will see. It's just pure open, green,
Lush.
a lot of trees, and it's just like typical what you can expect, at least in Tennessee in general. So that being said, let's go.